Well, welcome to the SFL stream, boys. We got the squad in this. You already know. It's your boy Sub, aka Top 10 SFL mid laner.
We have our guest caster today, Sub, join us for that unique tri-cast in the SFL, never before seen or heard. Sub, how are you doing today, my man?
Get me out of this cast.
Yo, I'm just ready to watch some high quality gameplay from my SFL peers, you know?
Fallen's saying this is a bad idea. I disagree. Fallen's jealous because he couldn't fit in the tri-cast, okay?
Yeah.
There's no room for the quadcast here.
I'm looking at the Twitch chat, and you got a bunch of BMers talking to you, Steve.
Whoa, what'd you say, dude?
Token.
Yo, calm down, you racist.
Alright.
Oh, can we bet? Oh, it's too late to bet. Can casters bet?
Bro, we got a cast! We didn't even set...
Alright,
45
we got two mid bans going out. They banned Soul's 2 trick champions.
Yeah. Took Vlad, Ori off the board. Very good bans for Soul.
Caitlyn is still up here. I don't know what the new bot lane of Akuma is.
This has to be a first pick Darius for Nyrus.
So. That's not a Darius. That's you lied to me.
Holy shit. They got new strats. But banning Nasus is very interesting. I'm not sure why they would do that unless
Is it a BM ban? What's going on here?
Knowing the rats, most likely, to be honest.
Does Nyrus play? I don't think Nyrus even plays Nasus, does he?
No, I mean I remember he played a lot of Darius, and in our games it was always pick ban. So that's what I expect. Lurking on Lucian, very strong ADC.
He has one game of Nasus, so that one game might have scooped him
Oh
up.
shit.
That was it.
I mean that's at least like 64 mastery points, you know? That's pretty scary. But strong AD strong AD with Lucian. Solid jungler becomes terrifying around 12 minutes with Kayn.
Unless he's that one Kayn that took like 28
Stop
minutes.
it.
Occasionally you might get that power spike around 21, 22 minutes, or if you're Titan like 25 minutes, something like that.
Hey, but you know what? See, that guy tried his best, and that's what this guy Staker's gonna try his best here to carry this team. Now that Solarian has his 2 trick champions banned.
Oof. And they took away the Braum Akuma did.
We might get the Caitlyn here.
And if they pair that with Caitlyn,
So
It's gonna be Kate Braum.
Besides, what's your bot lane? How's this go?
That's so
How's
sad.
that bot lane?
I'm gonna predict a
Doesn't Hazy play Thresh?
Nami or who else heals?
I'm gonna go with Nami.
I'm predicting a Nami because that Caitlyn is going to be able to just put Lucian in the dirt, and if they try to engage, Braum's gonna be like, "Nah, fam, stand behind me," and then they're gonna survive.
Whoa, that was some great
Stand
voice.
behind
Ooh,
Braum.
I'm behind you, man. I think
Wouldn't
it's gonna be
something-
Nami or Thresh.
I mean, wouldn't something like a Morgana for the rats be very helpful, keeping him alive versus Sejuani and Braum?
I guess I'm talking about laning specifically. They could do that, but Lucian is an early game champion, and I don't think picking Morgana to keep him safe late game when he's super mobile anyways is gonna be worth it when he's gonna be behind because he can't do what he needs to.
And I think Nami just gives Lucian so much more power in the laning phase as
Fair
well.
point.
Her freaking heals and the E buff is just gonna be a very strong combination. And the cool thing about Nami to Braum is when Braum blows up his shield, if you throw your Nami bubble anywhere close to him, he and anybody close to him will actually get bubbled. They'll get CC'd. So Nami's actually a pretty good pick into Braum.
By the way, if they pick Nami, I'm going to try out to be TSM's coach.
What?
If
Okay.
they pick Nami, I'm gonna try out for
I don't think
TSM's
you're gonna
coach
be-
because
I don't think
obviously
you
I'm
wanna
a
be anywhere
god.
near TSM right now, man.
I'm obviously a god.
Okay.
See, they're getting away with Morgana because they think that's high priority.
We're too smart.
Nami, come on, lurking. I be lurking that Nami.
Akuma
he's-
actually-
I be lurking that Nami.
It's gonna be Thresh because obviously Hazy's a man. Oh, that's how you get out of here!
This guy's a genius.
Wait a minute.
Alright,
Super,
what's up next?
Super Segoy. Never mind. This dude knows what's going on.
What's going on?
Thresh into. Oh, he said it's gonna be. He said it's gonna be Thresh in the chat. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna put my my
Oh, yeah,
bets on
Nairus-
the Caitlyn.
Oh, and
Braum.
Nairus, let's play GP. That's what they beat Free Tower 1 with, the GP top.
Oh, he's very good at that champion.
So, Celestial? I don't know. Celestial. Celeste, I don't know what this person plays. This is my first time seeing the Akuma bot lane since they had Catharsis and Jerosa.
And right now, Akuma's trying to figure out what they want to take mid, but the Rats have Urgot, which can be flexed to either mid or top, depending on the matchup. Because Soul is very good with Urgot mid, and it just depends on if he wants to play Urgot into Zoe.
Oh, I'm dumb. Braum was already picked. But Zoe. Braum here can block the Urgot ulti.
Can't block the freaking
With his
Malphite ulti.
face.
Oof. So, Terror only played a fucking Malphite with Comet top lane. Only dies about 6 times per laning phase, so I think he's got a good shot at not inting versus the GP. I don't think GP applies that much pressure in lane versus the Malphite. Could be wrong. But I would expect bot lane for the Akuma to hard dig. Is that what y'all would expect?
To what kind of? What,
I like Akuma's team comp here better because they're. I think at a certain point, the GP, if they survive, because you have the equal amount of tanks here, in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
but you have the Zoe burst into no AP coming from Rat side. There's no, I mean, this is pretty much a free farm lane for Gangplank. So you either have to camp him, but then your bottom's gonna pop off and get placed with Caitlyn. So what do you
Yeah.
do here if you're Staker then? I don't know.
Staker, he doesn't have any melee targets to reach out and try to attack in the lanes besides the Braum. So it kind of forces him to the Shadow Cane, I believe that's how it works.
Does GP count?
Oh shit. You are right. That is a melee champion.
Oh, that's
Holy
weird.
moly, this is
That's
both-
why
This guy has a gun and a sword. Which one is it?
this duel. He's
This
dual
guy's a-
wielded.
fucking pirate.
I actually like Rats.
Because you like
team comp
Malphite.
here. It is 'cause I
You
like
just
Malphite.
Malphite. Just say it.
But because I believe if Thresh apparently is a good pick into Braum, if that's the case, if Lucian pops off and gets Caitlyn behind, I think that with Urgot and Kayn going, I'm assuming red, and they have a Malphite ult to always be a threat for the Caitlyn and such, and so I think Lucian Urgot can take over before Gangplank Kate becomes a problem.
All right. You
And
know what I
so
think here?
Poke becomes a problem.
You know what I think here? If this game goes past 25 minutes, I think Akuma auto win this game.
Well,
I could definitely see that.
I think there's just so much scaling on the side of Akuma with GP and Kate. If Lucian gets behind early game, you've played a Lucian where you're behind into a Sejuani. You know that feeling? As I'm talking to you.
the god has spoken. Luden's mouth is gonna destroy Gangplank.
I mean,
Not
Terror, it was his Malphite that carried Rats in the last series they played, which I forgot who they played against, but it's not important.
Actually, if Terror has the catapult pirate skin, then they
Oh, the
automatically
wheelbarrow.
win.
The wheelbarrow.
If
yeah.
he's a wheelbarrow, he wins. Period.
Yeah.
No.
Is that
If-
just an
well-
auto win?
Yeah.
Because if Gangplank shoots him, that's just ammo for his wheelbarrow thing. Because he's a
I mean,
king.
you shoot through wood, but it just heals it up. Like he just has another board to nail on himself.
Ooh. All right. Only about 45 more seconds about jerking ourselves off waiting for this game to start.
By the way, for those wondering, in the on the screen you see leak and sub in our profile. Sub's the dog in this
Yes.
photo. Okay.
I am essentially his bitch. And TF will bot whenever he says.
A PG
Nope.
stream.
Nope. Incorrect. Rated
Stop
R.
it. I will say that as an attractive looking dog though.
Hell yeah, I am.
Dang, sub! I didn't know that tongue game was so strong, dude. Why you got that strong tongue, bro? What's going on here?
Bro, you should know all about my tongue. Come on, dude.
Guys, come on, we're on screen. Calm down.
Oh fuck, I forgot Fallon and McTrump are watching. Might be.
We're banned.
FBI, no.
Let's
All
go
right.
cannon.
Hell yeah.
Alright,
Let's
I'm
go
gonna-
cannon.
Okay, do we get invades here for both teams? You have a Thresh on one side and a Braum on the other. Who's gonna win?
I definitely think the rats are gonna try to invade, get lurking an early kill, get him snowballing, and I could definitely see Akuma giving that to him.
This dude's a freaking coral reef. This guy's not gonna care.
We got
If he-
SpongeBob Malphite over here. Okay.
freaking bikini bottom ass.
Yo, wait, don't Akuma just auto lose now? He doesn't. GP doesn't have the
Yeah,
skin?
pretty much. This game's probably gonna be over around 15 minutes.
I mean,
Actually,
minutes?
though, being realistic, if Rats can get a decent early game off, they do have a pretty good pick comp. But I mean, Malphite is always brings that team fight pressure. So
right.
and we saw Terra with those pretty nasty Malphite ults last week. I think Malphite is his only top laner. I don't know if
think
he
that's
plays
all he's
anymore.
played.
I think it's only Malphite.
They
Yeah.
didn't ban it? Dang, gonna show them to not disrespect his Malphite. I'm excited for that then.
And
I
Terra
think-
he went Comet on Malphite, so he may be just looking to blow up the Zoe and Caitlyn if he goes AP in fights.
I think you should go full AP.
Oh yeah. I mean, big
That-
dick or no dick.
Actually, that would make sense with the Urgot mid, and I'm assuming Kane going
Yeah.
Rost.
And they'll
So
be like,
they'll
"Ha,
have
we do have AP. It's Malphite."
That's gonna be a dead Soul and Caitlyn. Like
All right,
on.
I'll bet you.
cooldown.
I'm calling it now. Okay, in this game, somebody's not gonna click on the Thresh Lantern because Lantern on that skin is hard as hell to see. As
Yeah.
a Thresh main, I'll tell you right now, whenever he's
Fiddle
that skin, Fiddle main, nobody sees the Lantern on that Thresh skin. Everybody's blind. It's too dark. Try hard.
Is this bitch gonna load? What the fuck?
This always happens. This
Wait a
usually
minute.
happens.
What the hell?
No, it
Wait
happens.
a
We just gotta wait. We just gotta
Okay,
wait.
I'm impatient. I'm sorry.
I think.
Alright.
I think the stream seems a little bit off.
All right, what time is it for you guys right now? 15,
I think
16?
Angel needs to do the thing.
17,
I'm at 20.
20, 21?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's two?
Stream is at nowhere.
Yeah, it's gonna take a little
He's
bit.
still in loading screen. 18? What the f?
Well,
19?
they're a little delayed from us too, regardless on the stream. But Prism will have to
Oh, I
tell us
think-
if we're on.
Keep going. Keep counting.
Wait, I'm
I'm pausing mine.
3.
okay. I'm not sure what we're supposed to be pausing for.
No. We're just pausing. We're trying to match up with Prism here.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good.
Keep typing.
What
This guy's a god freaking counter, dude. All right. I'm on
I
time
think
now.
I'm there. I'm pretty sure I'm there.
I'm pretty sure subs at like 14 seconds.
I'm at a minute.
Oh! X Fluke with the first damage of the game, topping the damage charts. He's gonna keep it up all game.
All right. Let me know when you're 114.
Okay, 109,
What?
110, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Hell yeah, that's
There
quality,
we go.
boys.
We in it with team. Teamwork makes the dream work.
So we have standard. What's it called?
No
when we
invades.
Go across.
It's that spread, that nice five.
Thank you.
Spread.
That
5-man
That butter.
line of
That
squad.
butter. Homeland do?
Those junglers targeting top side, probably looking to get to bot lane early, snowball their bot lanes. Unless you're falling. Whew.
I didn't say it.
I didn't see it.
I think we're gonna see a lot in the bot lane. Oh, showing us that Thresh is the counter.
Wrong person.
Hey, he tries his best there.
We'll see.
Ooh, okay. Got the whole wave ready for Lucian. Can Kate keep up?
Now seems like a fairly decent matchup for Nyrus, being able to just proc grassbacks all lane.
I think it may get to a point. Well, if Terra uses his passive a little bit more, he can negate that damage and continue to just Q him. And honestly, I think it's like level 5. Malphite's Q becomes outrageous, and he just
Right.
pokes you out. And then at level 6, he starts to have some serious kill pressure. So if he intends on going AP, especially with Comment, we might see some solo kills depending on, you know, the play up there.
Yeah, and if he goes Ludens, that's a shit ton of damage just up front. He might go for something like Rod of Ages to give him a little bit tankier, skill better, allow him to still be that beefy front line while dishing out a ton of damage.
Yeah. Pretty much the original Galio.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, there's the counter! Oh.
That was a zoning hook, okay?
Hazy showing his mastery of the champion, landing that flay flawlessly. But last time, during a Rats game, Hazy was actually popping off on Thresh. It's a pretty scary champion when he plays it right.
We got some pretty good Thresh players in this league. We saw Desk yesterday popping off on the champion.
We got Desk, we got Hazy, we used to have this guy named Leek. Not sure where he is anymore.
I retired, became a fiddle one trick.
Ah, good choice, good choice.
So a lot slower start from these teams compared to the series we had yesterday with a whole bunch of madness.
Both junglers just trying to farm up. Both of them hit pretty big spikes around level 6. So
Oh,
Bonnie
got the
having that ult.
engage. But Lucian able to dash out to safety.
And that wasn't even warded. If Audio just sat in that river bush, he could have caught the Thresh when he went to ward that bush. But instead he just backs up and recalls going to clear topside camps. Probably look for a gank on this top lane.
I was getting a little low here, but they're both low on mana, so I don't see much kill pressure here.
Yep. But the good thing about GP is his barrels don't cost any mana, so you can just kind of throw those out. You gotta wait for the cooldowns, but that's pretty much the only restriction.
All right, so if you get to choose, which champ would you have to be in this game? Would you have to be the Zoe or the Urgot?
I think Urgot is very fucking OP, but right now Zoe has a lot of targets she can look to blow up, and nobody really to protect the targets that she lands bubbles on. Like, if Thresh decides to tank the bubble, it's pretty good, that's fine. But if the bubble lands on anybody, it's probably doing like 80% of their health. And I don't think for Urgot in this game, unless the Malphite goes AP, there's not enough burst to put people at low enough for the ult range.
Oh, that was a good prediction.
Thresh is actually pretty low right now, out of pots. It's going to force recall out of Rat spot lane.
Is taking stopwatch as a rune good on Thresh? I've never really seen that before.
It's definitely situational. Sometimes I do it. Usually take it if you think you're going to get 4-man dove bot lane, and sometimes a stopwatch can turn an entire dive into a net gain for your team, but it's definitely situational. Usually I go Biscuit if it's going to be a sustain lane or poke lane like this. But I mean, some Threshers will go Dematerializer and get Relic instead of a coin. So it's pretty much preference in how, like, what matchup you're going to face.
And Urgot getting that 160 gold from the tower play is pretty big.
Looking at the top lane, they have bot, Gangplank with the standard Sheen. Oh, never mind, we have a fight mid. No, we don't. We just have poke. So going back to top lane, starting to get to that point where Malphite is getting these Qs in. Iris looking like he's about to back now. Yeah. He doesn't have TP, so he's going to lose a bit. We also have a slight, very slight CS lead. And oh.
Hey, this guy actually.
No, so we have a roam by the Braum, but leaving Caitlyn alone in a Vado lane with that. And there goes the Malphite with the first ult of the game, and that's a kill on the Solarian.
Ooh. Very good move.
And so far, this game's going the way Rats needed to.
That was a really good TP from Terra, and then he flash ulted onto the Braum while the Urgot ult was on top of him to just pretty much burst him and pull him in.
They
badass.
Is this skill onto Solarian?
Definitely.
Good exhaust from him.
Oh, you can flash onto him. Flash onto him. Yep.
It's a solo kill? Solo kill for
Hell
Fizz.
yeah.
Solo kill on Solarian.
Who would have guessed that Fluke is the best SFL this lane? She lives in this bitch.
Just walks away.
Is that a double?
Oh
Oh my
goodness!
goodness!
This guy's gotta be Korean.
200 IQ or no?
That was just-
Staker didn't think he was gonna die, didn't bother to ult the Zoe. Unfortunate for him.
Yeah, I mean that's what happens when you're gold 1, 30% win rate. You don't know how to play the game properly.
you see, that's a big mistake right there.
Ooh.
So I'm curious to see how the bot lane's gonna flow now that Caitlyn has her BF sword. But that kill on Lucian was very good. Unfortunately, the Brahm's roam didn't work out the best for Akuma.
And I gotta say, that was really selfless of Terror to just walk all the way to lane while GP wastes his TP for lane. It gave him the TP advantage pretty much to get them the extra kill.
Yeah, he's down about 15 farm right now, but as long
Terror's
as he
team
just
player.
survives,
Team player, yep.
as long as he plays to survive and presses R on kids, that's about his only job.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Audio with the
Happy feet.
zoning ult. Zoning, okay.
Hey, sometimes he's
Terror popping off. We also have Staker
Comes the
coming.
Kane.
He can clean up. He has ult. Oh, she
Staker's
failed.
ult.
Oh, she
Blocked the
blocked
Q.
it. Is it gonna be a kill on Staker? That's also some stacks for his red.
really greedy to throw your ult out, miss, flash under turret, and then try to take the golems in the enemy jungle.
At that point, for you to dive that deep, might as well just flash
There's
first
the
and then
all-in.
ult.
Oh,
Is he gonna chase? Where is Kane? I think he went in. Terra seems to have gone a little bit
Jungler's
too
lagging.
early.
yeah, Staker has flash ult, or flash.
I don't think Staker wants to get outplayed under the tower. I think he's PTSD.
I wouldn't either.
That was a little bit of miscommunication there. Terra going in a little too early. Staker not in the position he needed to be in.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be able to force Nyrus to back.
The CS.
Gonna lose a little bit of wave under the turret, which is pretty good for him.
Oh my goodness, Fluke is just preying on this Kane.
Yeah. And this is what Staker does when he likes to invade. They've done their homework and they know to watch out for these invades.
Bot lane actually seems to be in favor of Rats as well. Caitlyn not being able to get the lane where she wants to be dominating. Lucian able to farm freely and has a kill up on her. I think that's a very good position to be in if you're the Lucian. Because if Caitlyn's ever out of position, and Lucian's even with you, Lucian's technically ahead of you. So
Yep.
I don't think the Caitlyn pick's going to be working out the way they want it to as of right now. But she does scale, so if we get to endgame, like we've already said, well, we might see Akuma start taking over, Caitlyn being much stronger late game compared to the Lucian. We have an ult going all in.
They know he doesn't have flash.
Sejuani quite far away. There's the kill on Braum. And a kill on Sejuani. Sejuani now picked up. We have the slow. Lucian still going in. Still have plenty of damage. That's a kill for Staker. Staker doesn't have ult yet. Tanking Caitlyn's damage. Overall, an okay trade. Was that a 1-for-1? 2-for-1?
2 for 1. Braum might have gone a little earlier there.
Yep. Even with the Nyrus's GP ult, they weren't able to come out ahead on that. If it was just a little bit better timed, I think that goes in Akuma's favor by far.
We now have a bounty on the Lucian and on the Kane, and Rat's up 1,000 gold.
Get out of the little bitch.
It's actually a Zoe dialogue. That's what she says.
Yeah. There's a Zoe one trick. That never played Zoe.
Shut
Can't
the
confirm.
When was the last time you actually played Zoe?
There was this one time when she first released. And then I don't know. Can't remember. I think I pulled it out in like game 5 of the finals, entered, and shelved that one.
Did you play Zoe that game?
Yeah.
Oh my god, we're already at the half HP point?
But Zoe,
is
balanced
starting to get to
champion,
that
by the
point.
way.
Right now, Zoe.
Ooh. Engage from Terror onto Nyrus. He's gonna get soloed.
We have Sejuani on
barely
the way.
survives.
Sejuani behind, there's no wars, this is gonna be a free kill. Will he give it to the— Oh man! Oh my goodness! Give that boy the clap, baby! Let's go! Good job, Terra. That was a nice play making that a 1-for-1. Very good job rating that potential disaster.
Damn. You made that ass clap. Oh, that's what I want to see from my boy.
Hey, Terra, let
Support
him
main,
know
by the way.
this rock is not a game, baby. The rock is
Support
not a
still has
game.
mechanics, okay?
Wait, is Terra originally a support?
Yeah.
Terra's is their main. I think I want to say their main support.
He is. He is actually cousins of fallen Artemis and lives with Listuia. Fun fact.
Okay.
Oh, I did not know that.
Okay, well, go ahead, cousin who lives with Listuia. Okay, keep popping off, baby. I like that.
Very well could just be Listuia playing for him.
I didn't think about that.
I need the SFL commissioners to look into this.
So we're starting to see now a CS lead on the Lucian. He has his Bork completed. So if Caitlyn oversteps at all, she's a dead lady. Looking at mid, the CS is about even. We still have 2 kills on Zoe. She's starting to be pokey. Urgot is being Urgot. I don't know much about that champion. Even though Terra's making the plays like you guys predicted earlier, Gangplank does have a nice CS lead. He's free farming, doesn't really have that much pressure. So again, Rats are on a time limit before Gangplank starts to really do stupid amounts of damage.
Yeah, it's not even just Gangplank. You have Zoe that's already ahead, and then Caitlyn. We know where it's gonna scale when she gets her IE.
And Zoe's already finished her Ludens, which makes hitting these squishy targets a lot stronger. When she gets Void Staff, everybody's gotta run.
Also, I just now noticed we have Ross in the game now, so that's about to be a
Or is he in the game? Let's...
Yeah.
Does Fluke miss?
I'm pretty sure his E is on aimbot.
I mean, that's honestly the only explanation. Being able to pick up the exhaust for any all-ins so far. Soul playing kind of passive, not really trying to do much.
3-man engage on mid. Good dash by Soul here to get out of the Braum ulti.
Uh-oh.
TP used by Malphite, is he gonna counter engage? He does not.
It looks like they're still looking. We have Thresh in as well.
So it looks like they use a flash.
They're just gonna back off.
So now
Malphite
Gangplank has a
gonna-
TP advantage.
Malphite gonna rock his way back to his bikini.
But you know he's rock solid.
But how I
No.
say
Oh,
that?
that-
Oh, such a good hit from Hazy! She's dead.
There's the dive, there's the kill, there's the
Oh, he
minion
auto the
attack,
minions!
and there's
Okay,
the
so
death.
it's
We have Solarian also caught, we got the Gangplank down, Fluke
No
obviously
flash.
hitting all her abilities. Here comes some Q, and that's a kill on Fluke. Let's go.
This is
Team trading kills across the map, but again, Caitlyn's gonna start falling more and more behind as this early game jungler Lucian pops off. We have the Herald mid. Tired.
Yeah, so right now they just want to try to prevent this Herald from crashing.
Oh my
Which
goodness.
looks
Luke's
very
damage doesn't make sense.
Does not miss skill
Oh, the
shot.
flash miss. Unfortunate prediction. We have Ross in the back. He was able to get his ult off. We have the shutdown on Lucian. The double kill. Lucian in a position to carry this game. We already have an early game champion with 5 kills. He has his board completed. Probably has enough for a Phage and then some. Got the shutdown on Luke. We still have Herald pushing mid to get some more off on this turret. We'll see if they go all in on it. Looks like they're just gonna get some damage off and back off.
So a lot happening there. Very good run from the bot lane of the Rats coming up, playing in sync with Terra's Malphite engage with his ult, getting the kill on Fluke. Audio overcommitting just a little bit and ends up paying with his life. Pretty unfortunate. They're doomed.
I wouldn't say they're doomed. They're not going to be as behind as Blitzle's last series, I guess, but they are definitely in the hole now that this Lucian has 5 kills.
Hurt.
So there is a 3,000 gold lead on Rats. However, with Zoe still being ahead, I believe they have the tools to stall out the game to get to the point where Kate is back in it. She does have her IH complete. She is farming just fine.
Remember talking about how you thought Lucian was buying a Phage? He just bought a whole fucking Black Leader.
I'm sorry. I sit down when I pee. I didn't realize that was gonna be a thing.
Right now, Zoe's gonna have such little pressure on the map, right? Because he's missing his tower. He has about no wards.
Oh man,
Oh.
that Black Cleaver damage
zoning
coming in
shield.
clutch. If he has a hook, that's gonna be a dead
Oh
lady.
my goodness.
Good night, friend. That was
Oh,
a good
so
dive.
close.
If he would have got one more auto off.
Wow.
They get the shutdown, but it goes on to Braum. Caitlyn only getting
Hey,
assists.
Sports need love too. This is probably a death rusher unless he's gonna
I don't
get
know.
out
I'm
there.
sensing that out. Ooh, if he would have landed, that would have been
Oh.
insane. Unfortunately,
Nice
killed
try.
by Sejuani. Or is the Braum gonna get greedy and get the kill? Braum trying to pop off. We have
Braum
a
should
gank
get
on
the
top
kill.
lane as
He
well.
deserves it.
There's one knockup. Not to slow the flash.
Oh.
Terra's so good at flash ult. That's a dead boy. Terra getting some gold in his pockets. Even though he's down in CS, he's still getting these kills and assists. A part of almost half of the team's total kills.
One thing you can notice from that bot lane fight, underneath the tower, is Nyrus had his ult up the entire time, but didn't use it until the very end of it. Had Nyrus ulted at the beginning of that fight, I think that goes 2 for 0 to the Akuma.
That is true. When you have a global ult Shen gangplank, you definitely have to be wary, and that's another communication thing, because having a call for that would have been really good. Wait,
Skill shot's not
Direct.
getting landed here from Akuma, but I'm not able to pick up this cane. Looks like he will go down. And a shutdown onto Luke here.
Fluke
Pretty
not even trying to give that over to the Caitlyn. She knows she has to carry this game.
I will say this game is still, I think, going pretty decent for Akuma, seeing as to how I'd say they have the split push advantage, and they still have the scaling advantage too.
Yep. And even though this Lucian's fucking massive right now, if Fluke lands one bubble on him, he's most likely dead.
well, it's looking like that's a dead gangplank. Flash forward, double tag, ulti for style points, and the swag walk away. So I think what Rest would need to do is start using the Malphite too. Never mind, we have a fight, we have a pick. Solarion walking into the team, but he's a tanky boy until Fluke comes by real low, but he manages to flash out. And it looks like they want the dive. Fluke killing everybody and landing the bubble. Who's gonna get the kill? Probably Fluke. He's saying everything's mine. All your kills are belong to me. Fluke putting the team on his back.
Staker? Staker? Staker will get the Sejuani here.
Yes, he will.
And he'll get out. What a actually good play from Staker.
Okay, Fluke picking up some extra summoners.
Yeah, he did it.
A show of force. It's a show of force, guys.
He had no intention of actually making that flash over. He just wanted to use it to pick up this fight.
Yes.
Now they can bear it.
So, with all serious, I think for this game to continue to go in the favor of Raz, they need to utilize IB Lurkin. Hazy's making some good plays bot, but now it's going into that mid game. Well, it's past the point, but we're in mid game, heading on towards late, and they need to utilize this solution, force some fights with the Malphite ult, with the engage that they have, following up with Hazy and his hooks, and closing this game out before Caitlyn and Gangplank become a real terror.
Yeah. Right now, ooh, I like that one. Got that. Right now, Lucian is up 2,500 gold over his counterpart in Caitlyn, and that's what they need to be looking to play around.
He almost has his RFC completed. He's in a good position to carry this game.
Yeah. Knew that he had to get mercs for these bubbles and Sejuani.
Ah,
So that was a good
Hazy
pickup.
trying to make a play.
Flash it does miss, unfortunately. Naira's trying to put some pressure onto Terry here, but there's no vision of Kane, so he backs off.
Oh no.
Oh,
Blocked. Is that a flay? There's a flay coming. There's the ult coming.
saw his flash.
Okay, so she's safe. If
Oh,
I
man!
am going
That
to
damage.
cry, Fluke playing out of his mind.
Luke just taking on this Fed bot lane, 1v2. Making them recall here. It's really clean play from
Wait,
Luke.
Fluke's still fishing. Still fishing. We have a hook. Oh, we have the flay. Oh no,
Oh.
wasn't able to take the lantern to finish the kill.
Well, fight about
Frost inside of Sejuani. We have the ultimate, not doing that much damage. We need pressure on Gangplank. Solarion focusing Braum instead of the
Kate
low
safe.
Gangplank in the
Kate
back. Terra running around, he's dead as well. Caitlyn finally gets chopped up. We have the ult, we have the fear, then we have the kill.
Good
Clean
ulti by
3v4.
Solarion.
Yep. Soul managed to hold on to his ult for the entire fight until it's actually needed. And ended up doing a good job to pick up 2 at the very end. And that was a That was a 4v3, am I right?
That was the 4v3.
It was. I think at this point, if you're Akuma, you still want to avoid 5v5s. At this point in the game, you can't shred the Malphite yet as quickly, and with Red Cane, it's going to be a lot tougher to kill when he's bouncing in and out of people.
Oh, Lucian. Intentional.
TP from Terror.
How big is this static shift pickup in Caitlyn? Is that mean she's now a champion, or is it gonna take a bit more time?
I would say so, yes.
I'll let you know after this fight. We have Hazy in the front line, hold it down. Even though Lurking's big, he has to cut through the stage. So now we have the opener, we have Braum taking Ross. Oh, nope, I'm lying, but big damage. Caitlyn actually picking up a kill.
Zoe's on the flank. Watch for
Terra still, I can't speak. Nice flash.
She has exhaust.
We have the ult, we have the flash. That's a dead fluke. Now they're still running. Caitlyn on the chase. Can she do anything?
Braum for the flank.
Oh, the Braum. Oh no,
oh,
this is
my
dead.
goodness.
Everybody.
So good.
That's a dead everybody. Nice. That was a nice fight by Akuma.
Yep, and they can look to push this bot tower tier 2 potentially.
Is that Akuma like Street Fighter or Akuma as in Matata?
Are they pronounced the same? Like, does it matter what this?
Volcano, let's go.
I think I'm gonna go Street Fighter in this one.
I don't know. I'm feeling the Lion King. I'm feeling the Matata.
They're throwing back punches here.
Uh
oh, is Hazy caught again?
No.
So
back to the Caitlyn. She just picked up second seal item.
So now it's big, huge. It's a big, huge. So usually you can actually playing / farming well. I think you get eye edge and static shiv around 18 to 20 minutes. So she's about 4 minutes behind. And again, she's the early game champion. But with that being said, well, early dominating going into the late game. Right. So with that being said, we already have 3 items on Lucian. So she's doing well, or she's doing okay, not that bad. She's only 1,000 gold behind Lucian at this point, but that's a caught Lucian. Now a dead Lucian. Oh, is he living? He's living. He did a little bit of damage.
It's gonna be at least a double.
Terra doesn't have a no ult. That's a dead. Yep, fluke popping off. That is a caught. That is
look at the GP.
GP. Oh, that's the ulti. He's going in, running into his entire team. Ross is gonna have a bad time, but he's also Ross. There's the AoE back up flash. He's trying to get away. Braum stun. That's a kill for Nyrus.
This is Baron.
They still have Solarian's Urgot ult plus Malphite with his ult available. So if they do go for the Baron, they have to be watching out for that.
And forget what I said, Caitlyn's sitting on 3 items, so she is now virtually on par with Lucian, and we're gonna have the pretty big damage on this Baron. It shouldn't take too long, and I don't think Rats is gonna have any time to respond.
Fluke doing her best to zone off the Malphite, maybe even getting close to the Baron phase. It's like a pretty free Baron for Akuma here.
Unless Solarion goes in there, does what he might.
Oh my goodness, he stole it!
No! Dying like this guy's. But we have Fluke trying to solo. Malphite's doing ult. That's a Fluke. Fluke, is he dead? Who's in there now? Malphite's low. Zanyas.
It's safe.
He's shooting Look, he's shooting everybody.
Caitlyn's not damaged.
Now we're sitting there gonna give him some shoot action, dead action, and that's an ace.
This game
is insane. No, Solarion saves them from having to deal with the Baron. Akuma says, that's fine, you guys aren't gonna have a Baron. This game's out of control. Is that a catch on
another engage?
Let's go.
This is... They only one CC is just keeps chaining on and on. They can't... There's no way to deal with this now. Lucian just found pick up the QSS though.
Akuma is ready to pull the trigger anytime.
I'm gonna say worth for Akuma there. That's a definite worth. They baited out the Solarion. They knew he was gonna flash in. Got his sums. All chat worth.
Overall, between the mid fight and Baron fight, that was like 9 for what, 1?
Yes. The Baron goes over like a little bit of gold, but that's definitely a huge gain for Akuma there. They got so many kills onto their carries.
And it puts them in the gold lead, which 15 minutes ago, it didn't look like that was going to be possible. But like y'all been saying, just wait for this late game Zoe and Caitlyn.
Yep, it's past 25 minutes. If Terra does not find a huge ultimate, I think they just get off scale. I think this is it.
I believe they're already at that point. Caitlyn has 3 items. She's a big girl now.
That's why I said he has to get a big Malphite ultimate. You don't listen to me.
I know I said. You know what?
It's like balling over.
What League said was correct. Just forget about what I said. I'm done.
You said something?
That's my boy.
Oh, this is good.
Oh, looks like they're fishing. Audio fishing for something.
They are caught out. Terra has to ult.
Terra, Caitlyn, all up in. Oh, that's
he
a
missed.
ultimate.
This is.
But we have a dead Zoe.
Luke is dead though.
Caitlyn is by himself. We're going back
shoot in the middle of everything. Get the QSS lantern.
Get out. Shooting everybody. Braum blocking it. We have Ross in there. That's a dead Sejuani. That's a fear. The carries are still in the back, untouched. Oh, unfortunately, he got 2 in there. Kate getting the kills on him. Solari on Mike getting a kill on Gangplank. The 1v1. Let's go, Solari. Can you? Absolutely not. Caitlyn going from 0 to hero this game. 9-4. Probably surpassed the Lucian in gold. He didn't, but he's close enough. And he's going to get the Drake on top of that. Let's go, Kiats. Kiats. Kiats, son. Getting the Mountain Drake to boot.
Damn. Alright, Akuma? Alright.
Coming out brawling with these scaling champions.
You know, and I thought that Zoe was required to win these fights, but she landed 1 bubble, took down Terror to about 10% HP. She sacrificed herself, and then Caitlyn went untouched for the rest of the fight, flashing the Malphite ult, and just free hit in 1v5. It was pretty impressive.
I'm pretty sure Zoe also dodged it with her R. And the way this guy's been playing, I think it was intentional.
Hell yeah.
GP just finished his 3rd item and he's now 3,000 gold over the Malphite. So Terror has to find that big ultimate, like I was saying. He whipped the last one and you saw what happened in that fight. They got really close, but they might have actually won that fight had he landed on to a carry. So
I think what Rats need to do is land a big ultimate from the Malphite.
I swear to God. I swear to God. Every day of my life.
Right now,
Get
really, the Rats have 1 goal. And that is big ass Malphite ult to start the fight, and then all the follow up from the king.
Get out here! Alone. I hate you guys.
Don't report the stream, please.
So honestly, I think
There you go.
Akuma's in a point where Gangplank can push effectively, split effectively, and they just stand behind Zoe and Caitlyn and let them siege. I don't think there's anything Rats can do to stop it.
Oh, Solarian gets hit by the bubble, but he is safe.
And that's exactly what they're gonna do. Nyrus is gonna do whatever he wants. He doesn't care. He has TP up. And Rom is gonna say, I'm a man, put his shield up. Damage flashes out. They get the turret. Look for the re-engage. Is that a dead Thresh? They're putting their damage on Thresh. Oh, there's the big ult. What's going on? But Caitlyn's still
alive though.
In the back line. Sejuani low. We have a flash. Ross coming in.
Taker.
Catch on Lucian. That's gonna be oh, Lucian's living. Solarian got an ult off on the Braum. Ross is in the back line. He still has his knockup.
Pretty deep.
Nyrus just walked over. I didn't even notice when he joined, but he walked over and started finishing up the team. And now they're sieging. This is gonna be a free turret for Akuma.
This is in him. Terra's dead. He just walked up in the ulti.
Terra's gonna slap the ground real quick. Let him know that he's angry. Solarion popping his big boy golden move. No damage. But they're pushing him off of an Ib. So this is okay. Going in, he sees something. That's a dead Caitlyn. Are they gonna
Lucian popping up.
Oh, let's kill him first. Okay.
Lasagna?
Watch the flash out.
Oh no, there's Trixie's. Dodging the Solarian ultimate.
Wow.
They played that fight. That was like cats and mouse.
Solarian is doing his best to put his entire team on his back.
Had Solarian's ult been up about 2 seconds earlier, he would have gotten that off. And most likely chased into another player of the Akuma and picked up 2.
So they did hold off the siege. They
And
don't
you know what
have to
happened in
worry
that fight,
about
Zazo?
inhibitor pressure.
You know what happened in that fight? Tell me what happened.
I think Malphite got a big ultimate on
big ulti.
3 people. But that was with all the cooldowns down from Akuma, so I think that fight was, even though it was a 4v5, still favored I think it was a 4v5, yes, because Hazy died. It was still favored towards Rats because of them having ultimates. I think in a straight 5v5, that's gonna be wholeheartedly an Akuma win. So
If
we'll see what
you
Rats do to get around
Our
this.
Akuma here, you have to play back if you have GP splitting. You cannot get engaged on here. That's the one thing that you cannot do in the situation, or the Rats will get a free Baron. So they're playing it back, just clearing out the vision, letting GP get up to that bot lane tower to get a free tower here. Thrash might be caught out again though.
He has flashed up, but it doesn't look like that matters.
That could be the start of
He
the Baron.
has.
That's kind of support life, though.
Yes.
Baron's up, you have to
Not
walk
a
toward
deal.
it, and
Report your team for not helping the ward.
It's gonna be big damage on Terror. No, it's not.
Terror has not fought
So
anything.
Baron is
besides
halfway.
Megatron.
Solarion saying I can steal it again if I have to. He's going in there. Staker's really low. That's gonna make him a little scared.
Baron regened a little bit. They could
Is
keep Baron
Akuma pulling
aggro.
off? They don't seem to be making a decision right now. Worried about where
They're waiting
Staker
for
and
Staker.
Solar are. But they're taking a lot of damage. Malphite can come in. He does have ultimate.
They have
Taker's a
no
level up.
vision.
Oh, they do get it.
There's the Malphite engage. It's not a big one this time.
This should be free for Caitlyn. They're just
Terra
shooting
is
fish in a
low.
barrel here.
Lucian's in the back line. His top.
Kane?
His GA is popped.
Kate with a huge
And
crit.
Akuma's
That
getting out
Should be
unscathed.
game. That should be game here.
And in that fight, Solarian was on the other side of the Dragon Pit, while everybody else had the ability to just run over the pit. He was stuck on the other side, wasn't able to do anything that fight. Missed the ult, and then that was about all he could provide. Right now, this is double inhib at least, potentially looking for the win.
Yeah. Looks like they're gonna go for the all-in. Sejuani not even gonna bother to finish that inhibitor off.
Right?
Caitlyn's
good
crit's
shot
coming
there.
through.
This is,
Solarian doesn't have the tankiness to deal with the Caitlyn anymore.
Akuma did a great job of staying in the game with their skirmishes, getting gold back onto their carries, and eventually just outscaling the opposing team here. The Rats. They are
Well,
semi-trolling though, and not attacking the Nexus. Oh, okay. Game does end.
They're ass.
If that was a throw, I would have.
They tried to go down swinging. However, yeah, in the game you see Caitlyn 12 and 5. You see Gangplank. I believe Gangplank was like 10 and 5.
Yeah.
So you would think that Rats didn't even have an early game, and the Akuma just took over. So they had what they needed early, but they just couldn't finish it fast enough for the scaling champs to start scaling.
So this is why they didn't ban Malphite. They were ready for it. They knew if they just get hit by the big ulti, the big boy Fat D ulti, they'd win this game.
Yep.
But I have to give if you guys give an MVP out to this game, who's your MVP? I'm gonna give mine to Fluke for sure.
I personally would throw it over to Caitlyn, just for tilt proof. Went down,
Okay,
went
okay,
down, down,
understandable.
down a
Zyza?
lot, ended up coming back and performing big in these team fights.
I'm gonna give my heart to Good Luck I'm Terror because my man
Wait,
did.
He lost.
He lost, however.
Can you
oh,
pick
that's
somebody
not
on the
how it
winning
works.
team?
Oh,
Yeah,
on the
that's
winning
not how
team.
it works, dude.
Braum, because he made sure Caitlyn stood behind him.
You know what? I actually need to change my vote.
Here we
I'm
go.
gonna have to agree with C9 Tokushiro from the chat. MVP must go to Staker for helping Akuma win.
That is BM. Oh my gosh.
Hey, I'm just the
My reasoning for Fluke is because she basically carried the early and mid game
Mhm.
for Akuma to scale up. Because she kept the top lane 1v2, got a kill while her bot lane into that dragon, and still pushed her team toward the victory. So I'm gonna give this one to Fluke here.
Yeah, that's fair. Can't go wrong with either of them. Still got my money on Staker.
And look at that vision score from Braum. Look, a 91. That's what I'm talking about. See?
You want to know why? Because he told everyone to stand behind him while he wards.
Oh,
That's why my vote went to him.
And I'm gonna be honest, at this point in the stream, no idea what the fuck to do. Do we just sit here? Do we
no.
go to intermission?
Watch this. Watch this. That was a great game 1. We'll be back for game 2. See you next time.
Did it work? Yo, we back at it again. In the game 2,
That
Akuma
was
versus Rats.
whack as.
All right, rewind. Bring it back. Bring it back. All right,
I
ready?
read the script.
You
Try to
read
get-
this.
try to get the
That's what it was. It was a damn
flavor.
monotone. Yo. We back at it. My name's Subwub. We gonna watch game 2. That was you.
Say it
Freaking
like,
clean it up.
yeah. All right, run it back. Just run it back.
Ah, okay. Get in We got the Rats. We got Akuma Blades. Akuma taking down stinky ass Rats game 1. Doing
Wait.
the thing. We
We
had
actually didn't start the game yet, though.
Yeah, I'm really confused like this.
Prism, why you beating us?
Well, okay. I'm getting all hyped and then I go flaccid and then it's confusing.
So we see here. There we go. Alright, team, back at it again. Game 2, Rats vs. Tada. We in it. Let's see what they're gonna ban.
I fully expect. Oh,
I'm gonna say Zoe ban from Rats.
Yep, Zoe ban sounds like a good.
They
good
should do
ban.
the Blizzard strat and do 5 mid lane bans.
What?
Oh,
We
there it
didn't
is.
ban-
Yes, we did.
0 bans for Zoe.
There's this-
we
Zero as
did
predicted.
5 mid bans. For
What?
your ass. But
It's a
Fluke's
stunted
Galio is still in the game, even though the Galio was hella nerfed.
Yeah, you
I
can
know
still
Fluke can
pull.
pop off.
You can still pull off compositions like Galio and Nocturne. That's still a solid combo to try to dive the backline.
The knockup potential and the
Yeah.
radius of Galio is still outrageous.
I
He doesn't
think
bring as
Naris
much
gets-
one damage potential, but it still has a ton of CC with it.
Do you guys think Naris gets GP in this game? Since they know Terra's gonna play
Probably.
a tank.
Banning Cassiopeia versus Soul, that's XD.
Oh, 3 mid lane bans against Soul.
Jesus. How is it? What's he going to now? See Urgot again, potentially, from
Not
Soul?
Urgot.
I think Akuma needs to give Lurking and Hazy a little bit of respect, because if the Soul lanes had gone any different, he would have taken over that game.
Yeah.
To be fair, I do think that Kyats and Celestial, they stopped the bleeding pretty well in the bot lane. They were able to trade back kills, even though Ram got the gold there. So I think they did okay, given their early game mistakes.
Yeah, and audio recognized that Staker was Lurking was getting out of control, and so he started putting more attention down there, which is really good to just neutralize the lane as much as possible.
Oh, the server don't even look bot if you're jungler.
I
back.
disagree. I actually think that Akuma didn't do a good job of stopping the bleeding. It was more Rats made mistakes, because there was some tower dives that, if you remember, there was a misclick. Unfortunate, heat of the moment, there was a misclick, so he had to take more tower shots. I think they juggled the tower damage on one dive. When it gets to a point where you have to force fights with the tower dives, you have to play it perfectly, or mistakes happen. So
Is this Terra's Yasuo though?
F me then.
He said, "How about this for a knockup?"
If Solarian plays Yasuo mid, I retire.
You retire?
Yes.
What if it's Lurking
Big
Yasuo 80 carry?
Lurking.
It
Yeah,
does,
be Lurking.
Lurking seems like a Yasuo player.
A Yasuo kind of guy. Yasuo
Okay.
Nami.
And what the Rats do a lot of times is they line up in LCS order, but they will sometimes just flip people into different roles.
Which is totally allowed still.
And so I could see something like Hazy taking Yasuo with Lurking as support, or Staker Yasuo ADC with Lurking jungle, doing something to just try to throw them off.
Or
The
Lurking.
Rammus pick. This is a BBC specialty, isn't it?
Yep. Your only chance is to play Rammus.
So what does Yasuo do now to a Rammus? Is that first time with USS?
Pretty much. It's kind of the same idea as if you play Yasuo into Malzahar. You have to get QSS, or else you're just going to get pressed on. People are going to press their buttons on you, and you will pretty much always die.
And I feel like Akuma are
Actually,
daring Rats to pick Lucian again with the Sivir and the Braum pick here.
Mm-hmm. They might think they can win this with the Yasuo Nami lane, which, or actually, wait, scratch that. Getting rid of the Caitlyn Tristana ADC insurance.
There is Jinx still up, but I don't know if you want to play Jinx into a Rammus or Zaya's available as well.
Yeah, Zaya seems like a solid pick here to try to get some feathers down and kite backwards against this Rammus and Sivir that are going to be running at you full speed, and then
There's
hopefully
also-
get a snare on him.
There's also Ezreal too. We all know we've seen Ezreal for a few weeks now, just popping off when he gets his 4 items.
Yeah. They banned the Lysandra and Victor from Fluke. Fluke, very good at Victor. Potential to 1v5 late game.
And there's a GP again. I guess
Yeah.
they're expecting the Malphite top already.
Yeah, and they might as well just blind pick. If they know that all he can play is Malphite, they don't ban it. They let that go through and hope that he goes for it again. However, if GLM Terror,
I want to take the pocket pick from Terror.
yeah, I
I
feel
want
like
that
if
Zen
this,
top lane actually.
if this Yasuo goes top lane or this Xin Zhao goes top lane, it could be
Oh.
pretty rough for Gangplank.
Shogath.
But-
Okay.
They just take Shogath.
So something more beefy, something more sustainable top lane.
Yeah.
And if Zyas was here, what do you start on Cho'Gath in the lane if you want to win?
Well, if Cho'Gath wants to carry, he needs to start E, no matter what. If the team invade, I called it. Oh, Hazy, lock it in, baby. Oh, lock it in.
What'd you call
I
it?
still kind of called it.
I don't
Freaking
think you
Yasuo
did.
bot.
Oh, yeah.
This dude's about to pop all the way off. So I will say that Braum's gonna be a bit annoying with the stun
We get a
for
Zerg or
Yasuo,
Vel'Koz?
but Yasuo is, especially with the Nami E and the bubble, Yasuo once he hits level 2 is just a nuisance for ADCs to deal with because he has his innate shields and just stupid amounts of damage to bring in. But we'll see what Braum has to say about that. I look forward to seeing what happens in bot.
And the Rammus as well.
And Cho'Gath is doing, what is Cho'Gath doing? Okay, so
Top lane.
Cho'Gath.
Yeah. So Terra has evolved from Rock to Void Monster.
So
Looking to execute some people this game.
Terra looking to scale alongside in taking this, while Nyrus is gonna scale into damage.
And Akuma bringing that 2-tank front line back and trying to allow GP to zone and the 2 hyper carriers in mid and bot to 2v5.
I wonder if Solana stays with TP here though.
I feel like that's pretty troll. I could be wrong. I think
It feels like you'd want to play for the early game kill pressure onto the Vel'Koz, but
I think he just completely forgot he had TP.
oh, there it is.
okay.
It swapped the last second. There it is.
Oh, and Yasuo went cleanse, which is really, really smart, I think.
Mhm.
Yes, that is brilliant. So that Braum I was talking about to stop him in his tracks is no longer a thing.
Also for Rammus as well.
And Braum didn't go exhaust, so if Yasuo ever gets the lead on the bot side, he's just going to say, get that flame off me with his cleanse, and then he's going to get that cold stun off me with his freaking cleanse. And he
Flame
has
off.
potential. He has potential to really keep Sivir boggled down. She isn't an early game champion. She doesn't have much to give. Her spell shield's going to stop one auto attack, essentially. So we'll see. I think Yasuo and Nami is going to be a very good duo into this. So if Yasuo pops off, Rats might find themselves with a quick win here. But just like last game, Fluke might say something about that, so we'll see. Bringing in the barrier, making sure she... Am I being
Yes.
trolled? Okay.
No.
Making sure the alien survives this... this
What?
magician. This magician woman.
Okay. But I do think this game would be.
I think this game plays a lot like the last game.
I agree. I think
For-
it's.
for
I think
Akuma.
at the moment Sivir gets her double Zeal items and IE, it's gonna be. You have to play the Yasuo correctly. If he makes one wrong move in a team fight and he dies, that's just so much damage they lose.
Yep. If he doesn't have cleanse up in the team fight, there's a good chance he's just gonna go down instantly.
Yes. But on the other side, if Silver makes a misstep and gets hit by a Chokyu, or just gets popped by LeBlanc, then all of a sudden you just get steamrolled by the Nami speed, and then so we'll see how these team fights play out. It's going to be up to Rammus or Zen to see who they can get these early ganks off of.
Yep. And for Akuma, I think they really just want to fight front to back. They don't want to be diving or anything. They want the LeBlanc to come to them. They want the Zenzao to come to them and try to CC him up, get the damage down, and go from there. Try to burn people down one by one. Meanwhile, I think the Rats are just looking for good knockups onto one of the primary carries, blow them up with LeBlanc and Yasuo ults, and I think that's the way they have to win. Dad, DC? Not.
No, I was eating. I'm sorry, I'm eating.
Just.
Hello?
Should we play some music or something? What,
I guess that's how the studio feels when he's just talking to.
I don't know how Lustudia is solo cast. That's actually
we can't feel
impressive.
Lustudia, I'm impressed by you.
People.
Caster Senpai.
Looks like we're starting up into game.
Into game. Into game 2. Rats vs. Akuma Blades. This is game 2. Starting soon.
Legends never die. They become a part of you.
This is game 2.
Can you hear them scream?
Wait a second. Wasn't that? Is that from
Wait, so do it again.
Is that from? Oh my God, what's that? Hollow Knight? Was that from Hollow Knight?
Me?
Yes.
No, this is a acapella on the spot.
Oh man, you
Freestyle.
sound just like
Freestyle.
if anyone plays Hollow Knight, he sounds like the map finder dude that you find. That's legit how he hums in the game.
Never played it.
Shout out to Hollow Knight, really good game, good platformer. Pick it
Shout
up
out
on the Switch.
to Nate Gang. I see you out there.
All right, let me get these numbers.
Yeah. We almost in it, boys. We almost in it. Once we get synced up, we can.
Ah.
I'm pausing at like 15. Just wait. Oh shit.
I think I'm ready on time. Yeah, I'm on time ready.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
So it actually looks like we have Rats looking for a.
So this is Prism? Not unmute.
We are looking.
We are
into-
live. It's
Is the stream audio back? Can I get some Twitch chat confirmation?
Okay, it's back.
Alright.
We have a flash mid on Fluke. Successful game by Staker, taking some return damage.
I'm just gonna roll on by mid.
Hazy throwing out a bubble, missing unfortunately.
Yeah, I think a lot of the Nami abilities are just fishing, trying to look for any little damage, give them some room to farm. Because Sivir's going to be able to poke a lot in this lane.
Not as much. Level 2's over, they're looking for
Braum might be
They have a
dead.
tornado.
Oh, and that
Yeah,
was
a flash
a
and
nice,
a wow.
a nice W onto the Sivir to dodge the NATO. So this is that pressure I was talking about. They had level 1 advantage to poke out, but Yasuo just, once he gets his dashes and the minions start to come in, he becomes a bit of a terror. And having that cleanse, he's free to be a little bit more aggressive. So we'll see if lurking takes this lane over at some point.
And I think it was in game 1 in lobby I mentioned how pretty decent Nami is into Braum. You see why he can throw up his shield there, because if he did, he'd get hit
I am
by the
tilted.
bubble.
That's a feels bad.
Yes, the shield
Wait,
and
but
the
in-
Nami bubble, but that
In the
much-
bot lane, Staker's just chilling in the bot lane bush waiting for a tank.
He does get warded
They
out.
yeah, they sniffed out, and it's no dice this time.
Smart word here from the bot lane of Akuma, but I am interested to see where Rammus goes first with his gank. His first gank anyway.
And right now, the bot lane's warded for the rats. It's going to be hard to get down there. Yeah, hasn't backed yet. He may just be looking to power farm for the Cinder Hulk, get a little bit tankier, and then at that point, he might be able to contest for Scuttles and actually get ganks off. So right now I can see audio backing, going straight to Krugs, and then looking for a top lane gank on Terror to relieve
There's
some
a-
pressure.
If you're audio here, it's gonna be hard to gank LeBlanc just because she's so slippery.
Right.
I think his options are maybe try to go for the tanky Cho'Gath in top lane. He's not so tanky yet, but if you go for the bot lane, you have to pretty much focus Nami since Yasuo has the cleanse.
Right. And a lot of these ganks, I feel, for audio, they aren't going to get much, but it's going to relieve pressure and just try to help them to scale. Because I think that's all that, again, Akuma are looking to do. I don't think they're looking to win this early game. As you can see, already a 700 gold lead, no kills at all. It's just from CS, from the top lane, mid lane, and bot lane.
Though Yasuo has some
There's the first gank of Terror.
First gank.
This could be a
Predicting the
kill.
flash,
First blood.
that's the taunt, and that's the auto attack. First blood on Nyrus. Not the person you want to be giving gold to. He's going to be scaling up quite happily with that.
It's very good gank selection there by audio.
I am tilted with that wind wall. Oh my god.
Can't remember, but I feel like that's exactly what I said should happen. Could be wrong. We'll check the tape.
So even though Yasuo has, like I was saying earlier, has that pressure bot, he's not CSing well, missing quite a few CS to have that pressure. But if the kills start to come in, then it won't matter as much.
That's true. Because they do have lane priority since Akuma their bot laners respecting them a lot right now. They're just letting them push in.
I saw that triple barrel, Nyrus. I'm watching you.
You can see something pretty rare. You see audio on Rammus being able to counter invade and steal away some camps from a Xin Zhao. Not
Got
something
some
you see a
D4
lot.
too.
Yeah. Gonna have vision once the.
Here's the
take
gank
it.
coming in. We don't have. Even though there's no flash on Braum, they're still opting to go after the Sivir. Looks like they just want the double, the all for nothing. If that's a kill on Yasuo, that'd be great, and it is. Have a
going for
kill
that
on the early game jungler and the Yasuo. And we also have a solo kill potentially coming in for Solarion. Let's see what we do about it. Lands one. Does she have ultimate? There's a burning him
and
up.
the flash.
Taking
Move.
out Solarion. Get. That's crazy. Whatever the word is. Luke's saying, like, I got barriers for you, magician lady. You got nothing on me.
Oh,
Yo,
Stickers
coming
here?
up.
What a good knockback.
Audio coming in. This this is about to be a turnaround. Faker doesn't see it coming. Get him, Roman. Get him, Roman. There's a flash. Taunt. Fluke. Boom. That's an explosion. Let's go. Fluke saying, not again. You gank my bot, I gank you. Solo. There you go, Fluke. Audio coming in with the support. I like to see it.
Yeah. Great awareness from Audio to know that he had to get over there quick. Flashed onto him, picked up the kill. Staker had used his flash underneath the tower for that bot lane kill. He didn't have it there.
And the most unfortunate thing as well for LeBlanc, she actually tried to flash away from the Vel'Koz ult, but it already took the damage off her and killed her anyway.
If it was any earlier, if Solarian had recognized he was taking that true damage stacks and had flashed earlier or dipped out, remembered that the barrier was up, he would have lived. He could have just went in, got the poke down, and then waited for his ultimate to come up again, and then committed for a second rotation with his ultimate, and most likely gotten the kill, but he tried to do the 100 to 0 and it didn't work out in his favor.
The early Cloud Drake here for Rammus, which was going to help him just zoom around the map even faster.
Yeah.
Gotta get these ganks off for his team.
And then add that with the Sivir Bolt late game, just additional speed to try to jump onto this Yasuo and burst him down. And that's looking like a 1.8k gold lead already over to Akuma, which is a lot different from last game. It's about the gold difference is pretty much flipped from last game.
Yes, and I would say that Akuma still have the scaling comp here. I mean, I know Yasuo scales very well, but if we're looking at, I'd say GP over Cho'Gath, depending on the circumstances, they're in a much better spot this game than they were in game 1.
Yeah. I think as long as Fluke is able to stay alive and actually get a full ult off late game on the primary targets, then they should have this one in the bag.
Oh, no ulti your man
It's
here.
gonna be a dive bot lane. Staker hanging out in that tri-bush. But
Yeah,
with the
think
Sivir there, I'm sure it's hard. She'll just insta-clear the wave.
If you're Rats, your goal is to get this Yasuo ahead. You want to be able to get this guy popping off so that we can get this, be easier for you to carry through him later on in the mid game.
There are no wards.
There's
past
that bubble I
this, and
was
there's the
talking about.
double. Oh. Doesn't have the damage to finish him yet.
Flash by Terror. And another
That
kill
is a
onto
quick
Nyrus.
kill for Nyrus. Again, not what they want to happen. Gangplank gonna be scaling up faster than what they want.
Oh, the stun
Staker going in. Yasuo also following up. Flashes, gets the kill. Same thing. Does he have Wind Wall up?
I think so.
Kiot's trying to figure out what he needs to do to survive. It's looking, I'm starting to
They're
feel
gonna have to
really
leave.
They just leave off. Still a kill on Yasuo.
Luke with the ult mid, so Laren pops back in. Takes a lot of damage, almost dies to the burst alone from Vel'Koz's normal abilities.
This looks like a matchup Solarian has not played that much of.
Yes, definitely disrespecting the damage that comes out of Vel'Koz.
A lot of times you play against these immobile, squishy mages like Vel'Koz as a AP assassin, you think you can just jump on him and try to outburst him, but Vel'Koz, if he lands his abilities, he does just as much burst.
Absolutely. And also you have to take into consideration that it's Fluke. We saw her on Zoe, and apparently Vel'Koz is a pick that she's comfortable with as well.
And we're trying to see where the gold lead is stemming from right now for Akuma, and you look at the top lane, Gangplank already has his Triforce completed at 11 minutes in the game, and he's currently sitting 1500 gold above Terror here. So a really huge lead for their top laner that's supposed to have a slower scaling kind of early game.
Yeah, but from the Rats, you're not too upset about this. They kind of put Terra on an island every game and just hope that he doesn't int too hard. And he's done his best, but just with the Rammus coming into your lane and flashing on you with taunt, it's pretty hard. But I think this is not as bad as for Rats as you would think.
Staker's doing a good job of getting into these positions where there's no vision of him.
Luke sniffs it out, puts the ward down. I don't think it spotted the Staker though.
He is the sneaky.
There's that pole. Isn't that a counter to LeBlanc? Just keep her shoved into the turret
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
and
do that,
you
yeah.
back off.
And once Vel'Koz gets about 3 points into his W, it's when you can just two-shot the wave, and LeBlanc just has no wave clear potential of her own.
Because she has to decide whether or not does she want to try to kill you or just farm.
Yeah.
So it's a really tough spot to be in as an assassin in that situation.
And I know Solarion's feeling it twice. The I'm just gonna kill you move hasn't been working. We have a potential solo kill coming in for Terror. We also have another desecrating ray coming in on. Oh, everybody's so
everybody
close.
lives.
Everyone's surviving with just a sliver of health, and everyone backs away.
Yep. Fluke about 10 HP, Terror about 10 HP, Solarian 10 HP. Very lucky to be getting out of situations like that.
Naris is able to get himself some plates. It looks like Cho'Gath will be using his TP to get back up the top lane. Nami ultimate coming out onto the Rammus here.
Okay, Ramus, it is early game Ramus, not super tanky yet. However, there's the Rom, and I might have just lied to you. Sivir coming in flank, this might be a flashes. Lurking, playing around, nothing he can do. Zin coming in, saying I can finish this off.
Rammus,
Doesn't have any sums, he might be
they could have
waiting for
committed here.
cooldowns.
Oh, they waited for the Zin ultimate to expire.
No,
and now
however,
Fluke just
Fluke is
cleans up.
coming. Fluke coming in, hanging in big. There's nothing else that they could do. Oh, here's Solarian gonna look for the kill onto Ramus. However, the Q canceling out the damage. I don't think Solarian knew about how that mechanic works.
That feels a little bit bad.
Pretty good trade for Akuma though, getting some kills onto the Sivir and getting a kill onto the Yasuo. Would have been bad news if Yasuo got a couple more kills in that little skirmish. Does have the Phantom Dancer, so he's a little tanky with that new lifeline on the Phantom Dancer. I'm surprised he didn't go Static Shiv or maybe some Wave Glare and a little bit of extra damage to really pop off earlier, but survivability works too.
And another cloud spawning here for Akuma. They have priority over the Dragon area already. But you have a audio here going on to Zin on the red buff.
Audio
zones Zin off of his own buff.
Audio zooming around. We have a bubble onto the Ramus.
Bubble lands again, but
Yasuo
this
learned
time
his lesson, doesn't want to
He doesn't want
initiate
to go
on
back
the
in.
Ramus.
He doesn't want the trouble again.
And right now, if you look at the solo lanes for Akuma, you have Fluke up 1,000 gold, you have Nyrus up 2,000 gold. That is the entirety of the gold lead for them.
And you have Sivir, who's pretty much, she's over the Yasuo now, about 300 gold, so it's gonna be up to Staker to see if he can get a lane ahead here.
Yep. And he's been trying. It's not like he's been AFK farming or anything.
Yep.
He's been trying to get these ganks off, it's just none of them are going his way.
He had a good gank bot lane and then a good gank mid as well, I want to say.
Yeah.
Oh! Smite goes over to Rammus here. The Yasuo ultimate going out from the Braum. Rammus will die to the Nami while Fluke pretty much mows down Zin with her ultimate. We have a chaser onto the Nami, will get sniped out by the Gangplank Q. So a 2 for 2, but Akuma do secure the second Cloud Drake for their team.
Yep. Overall, pretty solid for Akuma. Gotta be happy with that. 2 for 2. Get the Cloud Drag. Just assist more in the scaling, more in the late game team fighting, and that's what they're looking for.
First tower for Akuma.
So Akuma in a good spot, but what do the Rats need to do to get back into this game? They're not too far behind, but when you have scalers like Sivir and Gangplank getting kills and Fluke still being that pillar holding it down while the rest of the team scales, what do Rats do? Solarian's Pig is seeming pretty ineffective here, so what's next?
So the issue with this, I'd say Rats comp, is if you get behind, you don't have any wave clear to like stall for farm. Because you have your Yasuo, who doesn't provide any wave clear. Your top lane provides some, but he's already been picked on by Audio quite often. And then Solarion, he's either going to use, if he uses all of his abilities for the wave, he's not going to have any pressure to get any kills anywhere else. So I think you have to let Yasuo try to split push for the CS here, and see if that works out for you. Or you try something cheeky to where you maybe you try to surprise Akuma with like maybe a surprise team fight.
Yeah. I'm thinking right now, if the Rats can go for pick with like a LeBlanc and maybe a Zinzao, just pick off a Fluke or Quixote, that would be pretty big for them, get them back in the game.
Meanwhile, Herald going over to
Because even though I'd say Akuma does have the tempo, their rats are only 2,500 gold behind, so it's not, they're definitely out of this game at all. They're still really close in this. They just need to have a team fight or gank go their way to turn this.
Yep. I know. I think for the Rats, it's going to be pretty hard for them to actually start fights. They have about nothing besides just getting random picks and people being out of position. Maybe landing a good Nami bubble.
So this is gonna really suck for Rats if they lose this mid tower, because then you'll have a Rammus that has pretty much free access to both sides of your jungles here. And Braum engaging onto the Xin there.
Gets the flash. Audio coming in
Flash
hot. Nice ultimate by Staker to deter that gank.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, Terra, I didn't think knew what was going on.
yeah, as Akuma, you 100% take that flash and ult from Staker. Gonna have that down for about 90 more seconds.
I think the Yasuo just has to stay bot lane here just to keep farming
Yes,
up.
I don't see.
We should not be grouping at this point.
You also should
Actually-
be able to match the GP in an all-in, I believe.
Yes, I think Yasuo actually wins that. But I'm not a Yasuo main.
I mean, he's got his Phantom Dancer, has the extra survivability with that new shield that it gives. Brings in a lot of crits. Once he gets IE, once Yasuo gets IE, that's when he'll become God tier. So they might just be trying to stall out, wait for that item spike, and then they let him unleash.
They don't seem to be stalling out effectively. We have wasted CS bot lane, wasted CS top lane.
Where did the Herald go? What happened?
Herald went mid. That's what. Hello? Did you not watch the game?
Maybe my brain
Open your
turned off.
eyes, sub.
I'm sorry, you think I play this game?
No. After yesterday, no.
So Yasuo
Oh,
mid.
no.
Gonna go for the all-in on the Vel'Koz. Vel'Koz flashing away, opting not to use the barrier.
She's got all in this.
Oh, who does
Careful.
have ulti ready in her back pocket?
Getting the return summoner on Hazy.
If that knocked up from Fluke went down to Hazy, that would have been an ult from Fluke and a dead little fish.
A 1
And
for
some
0
sushi.
Some sashimi.
Yes. I just realized that Nami's skin is like an exoskeleton.
Yeah, I did too. I don't like it.
Spooky.
Where's Nate at? I need his skin run down for this. What does he think about it?
Nami, Earth the Nami to use the best one. That's the best Nami. What are you talking about? Oh, I forgot you're a Nami main, Zaizo. Apologies.
Again, Yasuo grouping up instead of just getting the CS he needs. How much
I don't-
gold is sitting in his pocket? He has enough for a BF sword. He needs to be working towards
I
that
don't
high
see
edge so
why
he can really
they're-
carry the team.
They should not be trying to contest a Cloud Drake right now. They should definitely prioritize giving the CS to Yasuo and the LeBlanc right now over a Cloud. Like, yeah, it does suck to face a Silver Rammus with a Cloud, but
Triple
getting your items
Clouds.
at this point is a lot more important. But yeah, it looks like RNG is in the favor of Akuma, giving them triple Cloud for this super duper fast Rammus.
And then up next is a Mountain Drag. So once these fights happen, they're gonna be able to just run down turrets, run down to objectives.
They have
Assuming they
gold
get that
enough.
mountain.
Rats needs to, like Leaks was saying, stay split. Pressure around the map so that it can't
Yeah.
just use their superior 5-man and have Rammus just blindly running into people. If Rammus has to go across the map to make ganks work because people can't 1v1 the Yasuo, then all of a sudden you have pressure for Solarion to maybe find some picks. Or
Yeah,
Staker
at
to
least-
maybe... Go ahead.
If you're not gonna put the Yasuo in a side lane, at least put your Cho there because he has TP. There's no point of everybody being grouped at this point because you have to trade something. There's no pressure. There was no pressure on Baron yet, but now there is.
I think that this is an issue with some shot calling here. I think Rats don't really know what to do. They find that they're behind. They know that they're behind. They have towers down. They're down 2 kills, and they just are opting to group,
They're
looking
trying
for
to go
lucky
for a desperation team
teamfight.
fighter pick. Yeah.
Exactly. I don't
And-
think Yasuo is strong enough to make that happen.
And he's
How
definitely
do you
not-
shred through Rammus with Thornmail now? He has Thornmail completed.
And if you
No.
group and Vel'Koz gets a nice ultimate, you're not gonna have a team. You're gonna have a bunch of disintegrated dust, Thanos style.
and some sushi.
And some sushi. That being
Yasuo
said, I
is
haven't
pretty
even
much-
paying it. Go ahead.
He hasn't been farming for at least the last 3 or 4 minutes now, it seems. While GP just is now almost 4,000 gold above his opponent.
Yeah, these solo lane gold deficits are starting to hurt.
It's a fortunate situation for the Sublime pick. I know Solana's probably hoping to have more early game pressure on this Vel'Koz, but Fluke playing it well, taking the barrier, knowing that Soul's gonna be looking to kill her. And Audio just baiting out the Nami ultimate, just walking, just zooming by and backing out.
Throwing out the ult. They're trying to force an engage.
It's very disconnected.
Everybody engaged by themselves. First
Everybody's going one by one, so
Vel'Koz,
yeah.
and then
And
Zen.
then you have GP on the inhib turret.
Forcing Cho'Gath to TP down there just to stop him from getting it.
And without Cho up top, they actually lose 4v4, I'd say.
Honestly, if they don't get a knockup on the Vel'Koz and Braum as well, their Yasuo's ult's gonna be ineffective because if Vel'Koz is left open, she's just going to blow up the Yasuo immediately with her knockup. Same thing with Braum. If he's not knocked up, he's legit going to counter engage with his ult. Just kidding, he doesn't have ult. That's fine. Yasuo
Hey, I
can
like
do
the
whatever he
analysis, man.
wants.
Hey, I like it.
I'm going back to the play-by-play. I'm sorry.
Yasuo is online with IE though.
Oh my goodness, that Vel'Koz damage is so disgusting. And Fluke is just gonna try to solo out the Zen, but actually
There's
gives up the
the-
shutdown to Solarion.
Finally, Solarion finding that kill that he was looking.
I'm gonna be honest, that was pretty interesting.
That was a very overzealous play by Fluke there, trying to see if she could secure the kill onto the jungle and maybe they go for Baron afterwards, but did not
Yeah, she
respect the
went-
tower range there. I think she was actually taking tower shots.
Yeah, she wanted to wait for the Zen'Zal ultimate to wear off so that her damage would actually stick, but it just waited too long, and at that point she was underneath the tower when she stood still and ulted. Solarion just pressed QRW and down goes the Void Link.
So it's a little reprieve for rats who've been stuck on this following Akuma across the map for the last 5 minutes or so. But the issue still stands. They
Yikes.
don't have Yasuo in the side lane.
The flash punch. Punching Solarion in the
One punch
throat,
bomb.
saying get off my gangplank, that's my man.
That's what we call a zoning auto.
Yeah, but is this carry still alive though? Yes, it is.
Looking for a play,
Yasuo
but
is dead,
unfortunately
that's it.
getting caught out in the process. And that's big damage. Now Big Boy
Staker?
is down.
I think this is
Staker trying to make something by throwing himself in the back line. He gets lasered as well. And Akuma Blades looking at Baron.
This should be a pretty free Baron with no smite on Solarion this game. No Spell Thieves. But you have the 2v2 mid lane.
Ooh,
Still
Solarion
trying to kill
coming
the
back.
gangplank.
Missing his E, unfortunately. Now he's tabbed, but we have Ignite. Nami actually
Champion is imbalanced!
damage. What is Nami doing? Popping off, lands the freaking Q as well. Hazy, stop it.
Nyrison had no reason to really be there. Nyrison Celestial. The team called to go to Baron. They want to stick around and try to pick up a couple extra kills. Solarion being very slick with his mimics. Allows him to just go in and out of the fights and pick up the kill. It's pretty good.
And Nami bringing in that sushi DPS.
Ooh.
Claims on him.
She got that pirate booty.
Exoskeleton.
Right now you have GP on 3 full items. Fluke on Vel'Koz is looking to build the 3rd item. Looks like he's going for the Zonya's next. Try to survive a little bit more in the fights.
So this is a very
think they
interesting
should be
spot.
contesting this.
Cho has no TP here, so if they get engaged on, it'll be down a person.
You all down. They didn't do it fast enough, so they're
I don't know if it looks like Solarion's trying to go for a magic steal again. Nope.
looks like
Good
Audio's
kill,
gonna
though.
give him the taunt move.
It's good patience
Acting
from
off
Akuma.
properly.
So it looks like they will send GP back bot lane to pressure this bot lane inhib tower, while the rest of the 4 just probably stack mid. Top lane will bounce that wave, so eventually it will be at Rat's tower in the top side.
And that Mountain Dragon pickup's gonna be really big for Nyrus when he's just hitting on the bot lane turrets.
Nope, with nobody there because Terror is
Turn needs to get down.
Throwing out
bot
Qs
side
randomly,
soon.
hoping to get a 4-man knockup.
Terra has about 2 more minutes on, or minute and a half on that TP.
Audio. Oh, he gets by Staker.
There goes the all-in while Terra finally leaves. There's nothing for Yasuo to really look for. There's the laser beam. There's nothing they can do about it. Yasuo
Wall
can't
does
get
not
in. If
stop
Yasuo
that,
can't
yeah.
get in, Sivir and Vel'Koz are free to hit without any competition. Solarian can't get into the backline.
Meanwhile,
Terra has to deal.
Nyrus is down there trying to pressure that in hit.
This is looking pretty bleak for Rats here. They have to make a play sometime soon. Also does have his core items now.
They already tried to make a play. They tried to force that fight at the tier 2 turret. Unfortunately, got nothing out of it.
At this point,
Now
they're
they're
gonna
just
be
gonna
down.
have to deal with the
Gonna be
poke.
2 in his, yeah.
That could be a pick if they decide to go on it.
Yasuo was,
Not.
he didn't go. Flash by Terror, that's a dead Shogat.
Dead alien,
Nami.
dead
Oh, and
Nami
the
on
ring
accident. Kiot saying, "Here, my accidental damage kill you."
This looks like it's gonna be GG.
Yasuo trying to pop off, getting taunt. Turtle Man too strong. Golden Turtle.
He gets saved?
What he get? Golden Turtle. Solarian still manages to get the kill. Unfortunately,
Lost it.
Golden Turtle wasn't enough.
It's the small ones. They killed the turtle, but they lost the game.
Well,
But Akuma with a surprising 2-0 over one of supposedly the top 4 teams in the league.
yeah. To be honest, this is a bit of an upset. This Rats came in hot. They've been on about a 3-game win streak. taking
But this
down
was
Blizzard.
apparently this was without their main top laner in Coyote.
Coyote ain't much better. That's right. But really good games from Akuma. It looks like they might be might have fixed a couple of the issues they had the last couple of weeks and might be trying to make a comeback, get that playoff spot.
Yeah, I gotta say, Celestial, solid support, just roaming around the map for his team, saving them when he can, flash punching assassins for his gangplank. I'm liking the support play here. Looking at the vision score, you see that let's see, 69 vision score for the pro. Of course, over twice as many wards placed as the Nami. That's just beautiful to see as a support main. I love that.
Yeah. And so again, we'll throw this out. Any MVPs for this series, for this match, and for the series as a whole? What would you say?
For this match, I think I have to give this one to
I'm going with
Audio.
Audio.
for getting first he got his game plank ahead, and then he was just being very annoying. He was able to flash taunt the Zen mid, save his carry and fluke, and pretty much just gave his whole team a safety net. It was a pain in the ass for Yasuo, and I know Solana to deal with. Solana almost had to kill on him, but then hit the Rammus Q. So
Yeah.
Something. Audio. Something. Good job.
Zaza, give us your MVP for the series then, you guys.
For the series?
Yeah, for the series. Who affected this series the most?
I have to give it to Fluke. In both games, it seemed like Rats had potential to do something, and she held it down on both. Zoe by having that early game pressure. I didn't even know Zoe had early game pressure, but making sure she was landing all her abilities, and keeping her team with pressure on the map because they couldn't do anything. Lucian couldn't just go blind because she was gonna land the E on you. She was gonna burst you to 3/4. And again on Vel'Koz, Solarion like shutting down a LeBlanc so he can't do anything. If you look at Solarion, he's 1-1-1. Had 0 impact this game. Meanwhile, Fluke 5-1-7, solo kill on Solarion. The only had one misplay at that turret, but still was out doing damage, trying to dish out as much damage as she could. And I mean, Audio really was the MVP, but I think as far as the series goes, Fluke really held it down.
Nice.
Nyrus did his job. He was on Gangplank. I'm gonna scale. Kiot, same thing. He did come back while on that Caitlyn after that last game, but that was all because of Fluke's efforts.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know what the previous issue was with the former Kuma bot lane, but I mean, this bot lane, it's like they are fitting the mold here pretty well, able to survived the Lucian from game 1, and this game they were able to survive the Yasuo Nami lane, who had an early advantage from the Staker camp. So props to them.
However,
Props to Akuma for making the changes. And of course, there were misplays. I will say that there were misplays, but I'll still have to give credit to them for surviving.
Keep
My
going,
s-
Sayo.
I was just gonna say I still give my favorite play goes to Good Luck I'm Terror, slapping the ground
The flash
on
slap.
that flash slap in
The flash
gameplay
slap.
game 1,
Wait.
and that nice TP into the flash ult to get the kill on Zoe?
But Celestial had the cool
Oh.
flash punch on the
I gotta give it to the flash punch.
The
The
flash
flash punch.
It's
the
one punch
bat-
Braum. It's like One Punch Man.
It's like, did he use instant transmission to punch Solarion?
He just flashed like through his screen to punch them in the face.
is that Krillin? That must be Krillin. That guy's insane. All right, so what do you guys have anything else to say about game 2?
I think that was about summed it up.
It was
Well, ahead.
well played series, especially game 1. Game 2 is more of a slowly dreadful game for Rats there. Unfortunately, things not go their way. But overall, a good series.
And with that being said, game 2, 2-0, Akuma Blades over Rats. Game 2, casters out.